Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a great matchup between two of the Blue Valley schools as the Blue Valley Tigers, coached by Catherine Witten, take on the Blue Valley West Jaguars, coached by Tamara Ullman. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants first from Blue Valley.
Hi, I'm Avril, and I'm a senior.
I'm Vince, and I'm a senior.
I'm Willie, and I'm a senior.
I'm Nikhil, and I'm a junior.
I'm Arish, and I'm also a junior.
And our contestants from West.
I'm Colby, and I'm a senior.
I'm Ryan, and I'm a junior.
I'm Justin, I'm a senior.
I'm Liam, I'm a sophomore.
All right, fantastic. Here in the first round of categories, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, of course, they will earn a point for their squad. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. We did a coin toss before we started recording this show. It was won by Blue Valley, so Tigers. Here is the first category. It is general knowledge. Researchers conclude that an ordinary harmless-looking dish towel or dishcloth can carry as many as 3 billion bacteria, especially if the cloth remains in what condition between uses? Vince?
Moist.
Moist, damp, or wet. We'll take either one of those. Back over to you, West. Literature terminology. What do we call the point in a story where a decision is reached or an action made that ends the story's conflict? Colby?
Climax.
It is the climax. Back to you, Tigers. U.S. history. From which country were the colonists who settled New York? Avril?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Jaguars, your category is current events. Name the former Texas congressman who recently dropped his bid for Democratic president. Justin?
O'Rourke.
Yeah, it is Beto O'Rourke. Back to you, Tigers. World geography. By a half a mile annually, in what direction is the Sahara expanding? Avril?
South.
It is expanding south. Jaguars, mathematics is your category. What is the simplest fraction form equivalent to 0.35? Rayon?
7/20.
7/20, exactly. Back to you, Tigers. Sports and games is the category. At 16 years of age, in 1997, who was the youngest winner of a ladies' single title in the Open era? Avril?
Venus Williams.
It's not Venus Williams. West, chance to steal the sports and games category. At age 16, in 1997, who was the youngest winner of a ladies' single title in the Open era?
Serena
Justin?
Williams.
Hold on, Justin. You have to wait till I call on you.
Sorry.
All right? Go.
Serena Williams.
It's not Serena. It's Martina Hingis. Martina Hingis. Jaguars, you do have the next category. It is general knowledge. According to Emily Post, what is the correct reply to most introductions? Time. Tigers, chance to steal this general knowledge. According to Emily Post, what is the correct reply to most introductions? Avril?
Nothing.
No. How do you do is the correct response. How do you do? Tigers, you do get the next category. It is classical music. What is the nickname of Mozart's Last Symphony? Time. Jaguars, chance to steal this classical music category. What is the name of Mozart's Last Symphony, or nickname of Mozart's Last Symphony? Colby?
Unfinished.
I'm sorry, can I accept that? We're looking for Jupiter. Jupiter. Jaguars, we are staying with you. U.S. history is the category. During World War I, what industrialist said he wanted to get the boys out of the trenches by Christmas and outfitted a peace ship to accomplish that task? Liam?
Andrew Carnegie.
It isn't that Carnegie. Tigers, chance to steal this U.S. history question. During World War I, what industrialist said he wanted to get the boys out of the trenches by Christmas and outfitted a peace ship to accomplish that task? Avril?
Henry Ford.
It is Henry Ford. Staying with you, Tigers, current events is the category. Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the opposition Labour Party, formally announced that he will challenge Prime Minister Boris Johnson in which country's election scheduled? Avril?
The United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Back over to you, Jaguars. World geography. Entebbe, Uganda is located on what lake? Colby?
Lake Victoria.
It is the lake, yes. Back to you, Tigers. Economics. To plan for his economic future, Mr. Smith bought into the following financial products: Fidelity Magellan, Vanguard Windsor, Oppenheimer High Yield, and Dreyfus Tax Exempt. What kind of investments are these? Avril?
Mutual funds.
Those are mutual funds. Back to you, Jaguars. Vocabulary, word origin. What two-syllable word derived from German is used to mean wrecked or incapacitated? Time. Tigers, chance to steal this vocabulary and word origin category. What two-syllable word derived from German is used to mean wrecked or incapacitated? Willie?
Destruct.
Kaput. Kaput is what we're looking for. Tigers, staying with you. Mathematics is the category. What is the size of one interior angle of a regular nonagon? Time. Jaguars, chance to steal this mathematics question. What is the size of one interior angle of a regular nonagon? Justin?
Is it 40?
It is. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the exterior angle. 140 is the interior angle, 140. We are staying with you, Jaguars. The science is the category. Which of the following three glands serves both as a duct and a ductless gland? Is it pituitary, parathyroid, or pancreas? Rayon?
Pituitary.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Tigers, chance to steal this science category. Which of the following three glands serves both as a duct and a ductless gland? Is it pituitary, parathyroid, or pancreas? Nikhil?
Parathyroid.
It's the pancreas. It's the pancreas. All right, staying with you, Tigers, the next category is vocabulary. Again, word origin. From the Turkish, this word for free person designates the famous horsemen or cavalrymen of southern Russia. Many of them live in the Ukraine. What's the word? Willie?
Knight errant.
Cannot accept that. Jaguars, you have a chance to steal this vocabulary and word origin question. From the Turkish, this word for free person designates the famous horsemen or cavalrymen of southern Russia. Many of them lived in the Ukraine. What's the word? Colby?
Tatar.
Can you repeat that?
Tatar.
I'm sorry, it's Cossack, a Cossack. Jaguars, we are staying with you. Fine arts painters is the next category. What artist is known for having painted the Moulin Rouge? Is it Camille Pissarro, Jorge Broch, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, or Henri Rousseau? Justin?
Toulouse-Lautrec.
Toulouse-Lautrec, very good. Tigers, coming back to you with literature. When Prometheus was chained to a rock for having stolen fire, he knew it would be by a mortal woman. Zeus would father a son who would eventually overthrow him and free Prometheus. Who was this godlike mortal to be? Arish?
Hercules.
It was Hercules. Back over to you, Jaguars. Sports and games. In inches, how big is the diameter of a basketball hoop? Rayon?
11.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Tigers, chance to steal the sports and games category. In inches, how big is the diameter of a basketball hoop? Avril?
15.
It's 18. 18. Staying with you, Tigers, science, specifically space. The Columbia Space Shuttle Accident Investigation Board reported the breach was initiated by a piece of what? Vince?
Metal.
Cannot accept metal. Jaguars, chance to steal this science and space category. The Columbia Space Shuttle Accident Investigation Board reported the breach was initiated by a piece of what? Liam?
The tire?
Cannot accept tire. Insulation or foam is what happened there. West, staying with you, economics is the category. What do the initials LEI stand for in economics? Time. Tigers, chance to steal this economics category. What do the initials LEI stand for in economics? Leading economic indicators. Tigers, we are staying with you. U.S. government and law is the category. Tom knew that his friend Bob had committed a burglary, but he concealed his knowledge to protect Bob. This act makes Tom an accessory to what? Time. Jaguars, coming back to you. This time, you still get the same question, U.S. government and law. Tom knew that his friend Bob had committed a burglary, but he concealed his knowledge to protect Bob. This act makes Tom an accessory to what? Liam?
The crime?
Can accept that. To after the fact. After the fact. Jaguars, we are staying with you. Science and physics is the category. A body starts from rest and begins to accelerate only because of the force of gravity. It is said to be undergoing what? Liam?
Free fall?
Free fall is what we're looking for. Very good. Tigers, back to you. Music. Starting off with a quote from a song. How many roads must a man walk down? No, that's not the question, but according to the folk song of the 60s, where could that answer be found? Vince?
House of the Rising Sun.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Jaguars, chance to steal this music category. Starting off with a quote, how many roads must a man walk down? No, that's not the question, but according to the folk song of the 60s, where could the answer be found? Colby?
The answer is blowing in the wind.
Blowing in the wind, very good. Oh, that siren does denote the end of our first round, and we have at the end of regulation in our first round, we have a score of 7-7. Good game so far. All right, so at this time in our program, we are going to go to a campus update from an individual from each school. So from Blue Valley, we have Avril. You are giving us the update about the Tigers. What's happening down there?
Well, John, so there are many great things happening down at Blue Valley High School. Our volleyball team recently just won the 6A state championship. Many members of our band, orchestra, and choir recently auditioned for district and were successful. And we had a girls champion, state champion in cross country. So many great things, as always, going around at Blue Valley High.
All right, good stuff. All right, and for Blue Valley West, Colby, you're giving us the update. What's happening with the Jaguars?
Lots going on at Blue Valley West too, John. You see, our band is headed to Grand Nationals tomorrow, actually. And our soccer team got state runner-ups, and our football team is continuing on in the playoffs.
So what's the Grand Nationals? Is that you're taking a trip for that?
Yeah, it's in Indianapolis, and our band's joining 120 other bands.
Oh, that sounds like an awesome, a whole weekend of that, huh?
Yep.
All right, very cool. All right, as we are ready to begin our second round is the lightning round, in which questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. If they respond correctly, they get a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. As tradition here on categories, we will start with our look and listen, which will be displayed on a monitor here in the studio, as well as on the screen for those watching at home. Look and listen is worth 2 points, and that's just a reminder, please make sure that we are letting the video queue up and play before we ring in our answer, but more than welcome to ring in anytime you know the answer. Here we go. Category is science. Explain the design advantage of the front wheel size in the vehicle seen here. Time on that. The front wheel is so large it increases the speed. Not every day you get to see a video of that though. That's pretty awesome. All right, here we go. Rest of the lightning round. Questions placed on the floor, so both teams. The next category is general knowledge of weapons. Okay, here we go. What's the term for the spiral cut grooves in a weapon's bore? Liam.
Rifling.
It is called rifling, yes. Ancient history. During the 4th century, the Goths split into the Ostrogoths and what other group? Justin.
The Visigoths?
The Visigoths. Geography for both teams. Which state capital is closest to Philadelphia? Colby?
Trenton.
Trenton, very good. U.S. government for both teams. What does an incumbent congressman in a safe district expect to happen on election day? Liam.
He expects to win.
Expects to win. World history for both teams. King John of Portugal renamed Cape of Storms to the Cape of Good. Colby?
Cape of Good Hope.
Can I accept that as the answer? Tigers, chance to steal this world history question. King John of Portugal renamed Cape of Storms to the Cape of Good Hope because of his high hopes for increased trade with what land? Nikhil?
The West Indies.
Cannot accept that. We're just looking for India on that. Both teams, general knowledge. From what material resource are most bricks made? Vince?
Clay.
Clay. U.S. geography for both teams. The motto of the 12th state is to be rather than to seem. What state is this? Avril?
Vermont.
It's not Vermont. Jaguars, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. The motto of the 12th state is to be rather than to seem. What is this state? Brown?
South Carolina.
North Carolina. North Carolina. All right, it's time in our second round for our theme team huddle, in which 2 questions will be asked at the same time, and teams are allowed to confer and give their captain the answer. Only the captain is allowed to ring in and give both answers. Both questions must be right in order to give the 2 points out. So here we go. Category is medicine. Question 1. What common car crash malady is also called acceleration-deceleration cervical injury? Question 2. What B word do doctors use for bone bumps on the big toe? Colby?
Okay. So the car injury is called whiplash, and the toe thing is bumbles.
Cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal the team theme huddle questions. Avril?
Whiplash and bone spur.
Whiplash is the correct answer for 1, but bunions is question 2. All right, here we go with the remaining part of our lightning round. Shakespeare is the next category. I'll start a memorable Shakespearean sentence and you complete it. Here it goes. A rose by any... Justin?
Smell just as sweet.
There we go. Yep. Science for both teams. At constant temperature, pressure times volume is a constant for an ideal gas. If you could graph pressure against volume in this situation, which shape would the line be? Rayon?
A straight line.
Sorry, it is not a straight line. Tigers, chance to steal this science category. At constant temperature, pressure times volume is a constant for an ideal gas. If you could graph pressure against volume in this situation, what shape would the line be? Nikhil?
It would be inversely proportional. So like that, I guess.
Cannot accept it. We had to go with hyperbola, a hyperbola on that one. Musicians for both teams. Stevie Wonder, Ronnie Millsap, Jose Feliciano, Ray Charles. What do all these musicians have in common? Rayon?
They're all blind.
They are all blind. U.S. geography, famous places for both teams. What famous estate is the greatest tourist attraction in Memphis? Colby?
Graceland.
It is Graceland. Science, medicine. What three-syllable term refers to unintended escape of blood from the vessels? Rayon?
Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage. Opened up a bit of a lead here. Blue Valley West 15, Blue Valley 8. World history is the next category. Japan unexpectedly attacked the United States on December 7th. Cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this world history question. Japan unexpectedly attacked the United States on December 7th, 1941. What nation unexpectedly attacked what other nation on June 22nd, 1941? Avril?
Germany attacked the UK.
Germany did attack, but it was the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union. General history is the next category. What historical first did the aircraft named Glamorous Glennis make on October 14th, 1947? Nikhil.
Mach 1.
Mach 1, very good. General knowledge. Grapes come in bunches. What do dates come in? Colby.
Clusters.
Clusters. Geography, world geography this time. 4 South American countries are entirely north of the equator. Name any 2 of them. Colby.
Venezuela and Suriname.
In Suriname. Guyana and French Guiana are the other 2. Government for both teams. Multiple choice. Of the following persons elected to government office, the one whose term is the longest is governor in most states, president of the United States, U.S. Senator, or Admiral?
U.S. Senator.
It is U.S. Senator. Literature for both teams. A figure of speech that makes a direct comparison between 2 unlike objects. Liam?
Metaphor?
Cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this literature question. A figure of speech that makes a direct comparison between 2 unlike subjects using like. Nikhil?
Simile.
It is a simile. If I got 2 more words out of my mouth, you would have had that one probably. Literature, another literature question. There are basically 2 kinds of dragons in literature. European dragon breathed fire and symbolized terror. The Asian dragon was different. What physical substance and ancient element does he symbolize? Justin.
Gold.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this literature question. There are basically 2 kinds of dragons in literature. The European dragon breathed fire and symbolized terror. The Asian dragon was different. What physical substance and ancient element does he symbolize? Avril?
Wealth.
No, can't accept that. Water. Water. Spelling is the next category, meaning to roll or unite into one. How do you spell coalesce? Liam.
Coalesce.
Very good. Science, earth science is the next category. Earth is constantly spinning, and some parts of the earth will spin faster than others. So you tell me, what is the fastest spot on Earth? Colby.
Equator.
The equator. Music, composers. Identify the nationality of Franz Joseph Haydn. Nikhil?
Austrian?
He is Austrian. Vocabulary for both teams. Of anesthetic, antiseptic, astringent, and emetic, or emetic, E-M-E-T-I-C, which is a substance that tends to prevent the growth of microorganisms. Round?
Antiseptic.
Antiseptic. Sports and games for both teams. Craig McTavish was the last professional hockey player to play without a what? Colby?
Helmet.
A helmet. Current events for both teams. The Washington Nationals won the World Series, becoming the first DC team to do it since 1924, when they were known by what name? Colby.
Senators.
The Senators. We are under 2 minutes of play. Geography for both teams. The U.S. largest steel mill is not in Pittsburgh, not in Birmingham, but in what Indiana city? Round?
Fort Wayne.
It is not Fort Wayne. Tigers, chance to steal this geography question. The U.S. largest steel mill is located not in Pittsburgh, not in Birmingham, but in what Indiana city? Avril?
Bloomington.
It's not Bloomington. Gary, Indiana. World history for both teams. During what war did Israel acquire the Gaza Strip and the West Bank? Vince?
The War Yom Kippur.
I'm going to have to double check on that one. You start to toss. We'll get back to you, okay? He's going to have to look up that answer, okay? World history. What international police organization was taken over by the Gestapo in 1938 following the Nazi occupation of Austria? Colby?
Interpol.
Interpol, very good. General knowledge for both teams. If you go so far in a course of action that turning back is impossible, what are you burning? Justin?
A bridge.
You're burning bridges, yep. Vocabulary. A personality disorder characterized by fear and feeling of being persecuted is called what? Liam?
Paranoia.
Paranoia or paranoid disorder. Military history. It's the oldest military force in the United States. It originated in 1636 with the militia of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Name this force commanded in peacetime by the 50 state governors. Colby.
The National Guard.
It is the National Guard. Okay, with that final answer, our score is right now Blue Valley 12 to Blue Valley West 26. We did do a check on the question that was answered as the Yom Kippur War. That answer actually is incorrect. It was actually the 6-Day War. So the score does stand as a final as Blue Valley 12 and Blue Valley West 26. Please join us again next time here on Categories as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.